Practice number 12 is I recognize that I am more than my thoughts or my feelings, and not every thought or feeling needs to be indulged. Our minds, they are such radio waves for all of the thinking that's on the planet. And it is so easy for the fear that lives inside of self, doesn't even have to be your personal fear in the moment. Our tendency to be afraid, to be susceptible to messaging that doesn't serve us. All of that comes with the package of being a human being. Some people are more susceptible than other people. Some people get pulled off a center, faster or more quickly than other people. But it doesn't really matter where you fall on the range of things. The degree to which we must be aware of this apparatus called mind and how it operates, it just cannot be understated that with better information about all of that, we get to make more empowered choices. And we get to look at stuff that we up until now would have just assumed something about it, assumed or even consumed. And then to know that we have the power to stop and to consider, what does this mean and feel like to me? It gives me the opportunity to say how important it is for us to rethink what we think we know about this thing called life. Because if you take a poll, most people feel some kind of negativity around having to try so hard or wanting things and not having them manifest, or feeling like this thing called life is just too difficult, too hard. And the reason we can feel that way is because we don't understand that without this thing called striving, without there being a vision of what's possible, even though it's not actually in our lives in form, without those visions and that desire, that burning desire, we would not strive. And a lot of people associate striving, because striving puts you in a place where you don't have the answers. You don't know how to manifest the things you want. Striving makes you vulnerable because it shows you how much you want what you want. And people want to distance themselves from those feelings. But the truth is, those are the feelings that have the power in them to step into the unseen where our potential lives, and grab on and hold on tight enough with enough resolve to pull that potentiality out of the unseen into freaking form. That's how it works. But we have it backwards. And so we're trying to not feel the feeling that comes with striving, because we label that feeling as uncomfortable instead of labeling the feeling as the place of not knowing, the uncertainty of process, trusting that this is the process, the uncertainty and our discomfort with the uncertainty of process that actually does the work. So my recommendation is to get comfortable with reaching for things that you cannot see, with not having a guarantee. Get comfortable with having all of these feelings about what's possible without having the eyes to actually see it, in form, though you see it and feel it in the unformed space of your imagination. And that, oh, by the way, is a level of form. And how do you see that does not exist? Hmm. How do you freaking imagine that does not exist? So the fact that you can imagine it says it has some tangibility someplace. It is represented in some way, in some dimension. So when we are frustrated with this thing called life, there is value and accuracy in taking a breath, acknowledging where you are, saying you're frustrated, acknowledging however you feel, and then asking what I call an EEQ, an effective and empowering question. How might I understand or experience the kind of realization, awakening, or aha moment that helps me be aligned with trust and commitment, aligned with the things that I feel are calling me, the things that I want and don't know how to achieve? How might I be more aligned with that process? How might I understand that process? You ask that, at the very least, you seed inside of yourself a place where you are is purposeful and has potential.